Hey, I'm Derek the vet.
Hi, I'm Ace.
I had a really adorable dog come into work yesterday, a little bulldog, and she had become accidentally pregnant. And so I thought it might be a good idea to go into a little bit of basic pet sex ed.
Some down and dirty doggy sex ed.
I like that you keep saying down and dirty. The quick and dirty version.
We should write that down. The quick and dirty version of doggy sex ed.
Yeah, so just the basics. Just the basics.
Instead of just the two.
I thought it might be useful for Ace to ask the questions.
Well, this is actually great because I have only had male dogs in my adulthood, and they have been fixed very, very early. So, I have questions for you.
Hit me.
How does a doggy accidentally get pregnant? I don't even know. Do they have periods?
Well, when one dog falls in love with another dog. Yes, dogs do have periods. When people talk about dogs being in heat, that is a reference to them having a period.
Oh, see, I actually didn't know that. Okay, so dog goes into heat, that means that they have their period.
Yes.
What changes? How can you tell? Do dogs have PMS?
That's actually a good question that I don't know the answer to.
Yeah, right?
There are a whole bunch of changes. The key ones being that pregnancy is possible when they're in heat. They will often make males in the area sort of start to behave differently. Dogs are really sensitive to each other's status, and I have had people report that their dogs jumped 6-8 foot fences in order to get to a female that was in heat, down the street.
Okay, I'm thinking of those cartoons where you have like the fox and his eyes are popping out, and
Yes.
there's that auga noise in the background. Okay. All right, so they have their periods. They go into heat, as it were.
Yes.
All of the male dogs in the area go on red alert.
Interesting choice of words, because they do have vaginal discharge as well as some vulvar swelling.
Okay.
That are sometimes the visual cues that you can use to tell whether they're in heat.
So do they actually bleed?
Yeah, absolutely. There are little dog diapers. Some people, when I was a kid, we had a dog that didn't have a tail, so we just used regular tighty-whities. To keep her from messing up the house while she was on her, when she was in heat. And we then got her spayed, which is the way that you can avoid heat.
That seems like the answer for a lot of things when it comes to animals. Spaying and neutering.
Spaying and neutering.
Okay, so if your animal is in heat, how long can you expect for it to last?
Usually a couple weeks to several weeks. I've seen them last as long as 6 weeks.
That's
and
a long time.
Yeah, and most of the time, just the ick factor is enough to bring people in and have them say, you know what, I thought I wanted to breed her, but I do not.
Yeah, I am not envying any of that right there.
Yeah.
Around what age do they go into heat?
Dogs usually hit their first heat around 8 to 12 months. This little dog, for example, had come in. She had gotten mounted by her housemate during her first heat cycle at about a year.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I think it depends on whether there was courting beforehand.
Flowers, consent. Boy, this is so much more complicated than I expected it was going to be.
Yeah.
All right, so as you said, the best way to avoid an accidental pregnancy in that situation is going to be a diaper, or more importantly, going to see your veterinarian for a spay.
Yeah, it's all about prevention. If they're allowed to go into heat, they can get pregnant at any time. As this owner had asked me, even the first time, there is no minimum threshold, so to speak, so they can absolutely get pregnant the first time around.
All right. Well, that's all really good to know. Are we going to do more doggy sex ed? I feel like we should, because I didn't know any of that stuff.
You didn't even ask me the question that you had asked me that freaked you out about your 2 little dogs when you first had your non-spayed female.
I feel like the not should be a question for our next episode.
Well, short version right now is they do get stuck together. Do not try to dislodge them. Let it happen the way that they would like it to happen. Otherwise, you or they might get injured.
You don't want to get bit.
No. If you found this useful, if you have other questions, please go ahead and hit me up at Derek the Vet, hit Ace up at Mortuary Report, or hit us both up at Harper's Promise.
Yep, that's where we are. Bye, guys.